I'm pleased that the Senate is beginning debate on the fiscal year 2020 appropriations bill for the Departments of Transportation, Housing and Urban Development related agencies. This bill has been included in the appropriations package that has just now been brought before this chamber. Let me begin my remarks by thanking Chairman Shelby and Vice Chairman Leahy for their bipartisan leadership in advancing these appropriations bills to the Senate floor. Given that we reached a 2-year bicameral, bipartisan budget agreement in August, and the new fiscal year began on October 1st, it is imperative for the Senate to move these bills quickly and to go to conference with the House in order to avoid further continuing resolutions or, even worse, a government shutdown. Madam President, I also want to acknowledge the hard work and strong commitment of my friend and colleague, Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island, the ranking member of the THUD subcommittee. We have worked so closely together in drafting this bill, which includes more than 950 requests from 75 senators. Let me repeat that, Madam President. We received 950 requests from 3/4 of our colleagues for ideas for this bill, for funding levels, and in support of certain programs. We evaluated all of them very carefully and accommodated as many as we could. The THUD bill passed the full Appropriations Committee by a unanimous vote of 31-0. It reflects a truly bipartisan product. The allocation for the fiscal year 2020 Transportation and Housing Appropriations Bill is $74.3 billion. That is $3.2 billion above the current funding levels. This additional funding is necessary because of rising rental costs across the country and a reduction in the receipts from the Federal Housing Administration that are used to offset some of the spending in this bill. In spite of these considerable funding challenges, our bill not only fully funds the renewal of housing assistance for low-income seniors and other vulnerable populations, but also continues to provide robust investments in our infrastructure. For example, the bill provides $1 billion for the highly effective and popular BUILD grant program. The BUILD program helps fund critical infrastructure projects that promote economic development and the creation of jobs. I'm proud to say that Maine has won a BUILD grant every year of this program, including a critical $25 million grant to replace the Sarah Mildred Long Bridge that is critical to the operations of the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard in Kittery, Maine. Mr. President, I appreciate the opportunity to present this important legislation to the Chamber as we begin debate on the Transportation HUD funding bill. I urge my colleagues to support the investments in this bill that benefit our communities all across this nation and the families, veterans, children, and our seniors that rely on these vital programs.